What's up, Pandeez?
You're listening to the Pandesoul podcast.
Join us as we unpack the flavors of being Filipino
and American. We're your hosts, Dre Magix, the fictitious professor, and EJ Villaman.
And we hope you're hungry.
Because there's plenty to go around. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Pandesoul podcast. We're your hosts, the Dre Magix and fictitious professor. And today we have a special guest, Mitch Narito. What's up?
Hello. Thank you.
How are you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. So, where do people most recognize you from?
I think that would be from staring in their living room windows at night.
From the bushes.
Yes. Just creeping.
Yeah.
What's
second best though? Second place.
Second best would be The Good Place. I played Donkey Doug. Jason Mendoza's dad.
Not on Twitter for following that one car with the same license plate every time.
Oh, Mel Gibson's number one fan.
That's what it was. I was trying to remember.
Dude, that's a Pasadena local. So.
What is that?
So like, I teach, and in the mornings, like my commute, there's this one car. They have this license plate. It says number one Mel fan, right? And then like. The license plate holder says like Mel Gibson is God or something like that.
I mean,
so they're like, it's not like Mel Brooks or anybody. It's like Mel Gibson. But like I end up behind them on the way to work, like pretty often.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a trip because it's like, you know, like in a city of like how many thousands or whatever
probably
car.
million people.
Yeah.
Right.
So like I run into her all
Let's
the time.
do a 3-pick draft. 3-pick draft. Top 3 Mels.
Top 3 Mels.
Okay.
We'll let our guests go first.
Number 1 is Mel Brooks.
Knew it. That was gonna be my pick.
Yeah, same.
Go ahead.
Pass. Mel
Gibson. I'm just kidding.
That's my number 1.
Yeah.
Melon.
Melon. Dang. I'm gonna go Melanin.
Melanin.
Oh.
And then after that, any of the Spice Girls. Mel B.
Mel B. Is that the Spice?
Scary
Spice.
That's Scary Spice.
Spicy
Spice.
Mel B.
Angang Spice.
It's very hot.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Melting.
Melting. I'm gonna go. There's got to be a fucking like politician from the Philippines named like Melvin or something.
Right. Is Mel's what is it short for?
Melody?
Well, like for a girl, yeah, Melanie.
For a guy, it'd be
Melissa.
Melvin
Gibson.
Oh, I know a Melvin.
That's his full name, Melvin.
He's Filipino. He's a tech director at a church I used to work at.
Yeah.
Shout out to. Oh no, his name is Marvin. Oh no, Melvin was one of the singers. He was a nurse and he sang. So he's doing double duty.
Yeah, Melvin the Martian. Is that right?
Melvin.
Yeah.
I've only met like one actual Melvin in my entire life.
Was he like a college kid in a FilAm org? He was probably like a dance director.
He was like
FilAm org.
He was like a Filipino Urkel.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's always the like. Yo, shout out to all the Melvins.
Yeah.
Out there. Isn't there
send this episode to a Melvin you appreciate?
There you go. Isn't there like a rapper whose like first name's Melvin?
Maybe. I don't know.
He's Google it.
Jujule it.
Jugle. Filipino rapper is named Melvin. Funny thing about our drafts, we never finish our drafts.
We always draft. It's becoming a thing every episode.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with Melissa McCartney. I don't know. She's funny.
Since we're on Pandesoul, I'll say Melanza.
Melanza, what is that?
It's you know, like when you have like seafood, and like it has that like fishy taste. It's not like fresh.
Yeah. That's gross. But you'll still eat it. You'll still eat that shit.
Nah. Sometimes.
We're older now, but before you would eat that shit. When you're like 20 and you didn't want to hurt no one's feelings, you'd be like, yo.
Yeah, but now it's when no one's looking the plate upside down.
Yeah. It's like,
No, I'll just go in the trash, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, when you throw a paper plate in the trash, what's the proper way?
What do you mean? Like
How do you do it? Face up, face down.
Oh, I fold it in half and then.
Oh shit!
Dang, pro move, pro
Yeah,
move.
Yeah.
pro move.
Yeah, I'll usually, if the trash is up high, I'll usually put it face down to push the trash down a little bit. And also if the food wasn't like the best, there's still food on the plate.
You have to
Like,
hide
okay,
it.
Yeah, to hide it.
Yeah, I'm always face down. If it's full, I'll go on the side. I like seeing it on the side.
Yeah, just pour
Yeah,
it.
see?
Yeah, the fold. And
Yeah,
then
that's
the
why
pour.
the top you make it a taco, right?
Yeah.
So you can hide food if you don't like it, right? So they can't see,
Yeah.
and then it's space saving.
Do you think all you can eat sushi joints? They're like you pay extra if you can't finish the food that you
Right.
order.
Yeah.
Do you think Filipinos are the only people that like try and hide that shit in like napkins and purses and stuff?
Oh man, well,
Do you think everyone does that?
everyone. You just like the trick is you just spread it out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
like plates, you put it in between the plates.
Yeah.
And then push them.
Or it's like
Flat.
if you have like one roll that has like 8 pieces left, right? You just like put 2 pieces on another plate. And
I think that game is decided upon, what is it called? There's a term in Magic for it. Suspension of disbelief, right?
Yeah.
Where like they're not gonna charge you for one piece,
Yeah.
right? So you put one piece everywhere, right? So it's like your plate one piece, and like you kind of like cut in half or whatever,
Right.
and then their plate one piece, and then you leave one in the soy sauce that was like marinating for one
Oh,
piece,
I dropped
yeah.
it.
and then you go in the soup. You're just like
Yeah, you gotta.
it's just like a suspension of disbelief type
Right.
thing.
You gotta just show the staff that there was an
tried.
effort.
Yeah,
You know,
you
like
tried.
there was that you.
An attempt was made.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you are turning into the topic of the day? See, we never really get to it, but
It's always a lead up.
yeah, we boomerang it somehow.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're turning into or already are Tito?
Tito Mitch.
Oh
Tito
yeah,
Mitch.
definitely. Like people have stopped calling me Kuya. Definitely.
It's painful, dude.
I know, right?
Is it Tito or Manong or Uncle or
It's Tito.
which one hurts the most?
Tito kind of like it kind of stings a little bit. Like my niece and my nephew, they call me uncle.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's like okay, it's like part of like it's American, so
Mhm.
it doesn't sting as bad. But when I hear Tito, it's like oh
Yeah.
dang, I'm that guy.
I
That
now.
you told all the ancestors or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lean into the Tito. Like all my friends and family who've had kids, they're like, okay, you're Tito Paul. Like they've like prefaced me. I'm like, okay, I
Yeah,
gotta learn a magic trick. I gotta like have some kind of like
I got you.
shtick where it's like, cause one of my titos, when I was a kid, he taught me to say the ant is bigger than the elephant.
Yeah.
So he'd be like, oh, what's bigger, the ant or the elephant? And then I'd be like, the ant. My dad was so pissed because it's like obviously that's not true. So like having some kind of weird
So
thing to
that
teach
was
kids-
like the whole bit.
that was
just
that was
like-
the bit.
Dude,
Which one's bigger?
A spatial like size thing.
Yeah.
so like I remember like some of my titos and my friends' titos, they
Yeah.
were like dirty old men, man.
Oh,
Like one of my best friends growing up was Elocano, right?
Yeah.
And then did they ever do like they'd be like, here, right? Did they ever do that to
what
you
is
guys?
that?
So like they would make a circle, like they'd blow, they'd be like tap it off, right? And then they'll be like, go. And then like the little kids would be like, yeah. Right?
What?
You've never seen that?
No.
I don't know if it's an Elocano thing, but I remember I would see my friend do it because like the adults would think it was the funniest stuff ever,
Okay, Ilocanos.
Tap
sound
in.
off. Yeah.
Explain yourself.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. Respond.
That discipline part. Plus, I think that's the like American side, where I'm like, you shouldn't be doing that anymore. But then the Filipino side's like, that's hilarious.
Right. Yeah. It would be like encouraging. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it. Like add something else to add on to that.
Yeah, but
So you have to do the
yeah, like,
Suck
suck it. No, but that's the best thing about being a tito. Like
You have no responsibility.
yeah, like
Right.
I could tell my brother's kids or my friend's kids like whatever, and then just be like, all right, I'll see you later.
Yeah.
You deal with the consequences.
Dude, I had
See
an
you
uncle.
next time.
I had an uncle that like he would go for the bless, and then he would like
Not-
like he would like bird check you. Be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, go. And I'm like crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not how you treat children.
Yeah.
Um,
I also had a tito. He'd be like, "You want to see the moon?" And he'd grab my head and then pull it up to the sky.
I don't get called Tito. I I get Uncle Magic, and I thought that was like pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a good compromise, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, Uncle's not so bad.
Uncle's not too bad, unless they're like the same height as you. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You're another dude.
We're contemporaries.
Yeah. At that point, you call me bro. Like,
Yeah.
And I used to teach taekwondo, right?
Yeah.
And there are all these kids that I used to teach. They're older now, and they're like posting all this shit on Instagram, and I'm like, it was cute when like you weren't posting like rave stuff, so now I gotta unfollow you or like block you.
No, yeah.
I'm like, yo, don't get out of here.
Right.
You're like too grown.
Right.
You know, or like you think you're grown. Or I'm like, life hasn't hit you in the balls yet.
Right.
Yeah.
It's weird though, cause like, so I have like a small section of family where like the kids actually called me Tito Donkey Doug. Right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Do they quote your stuff from the show?
Yeah, and it's weird because it's like, you know, like it's all like little girls, right? Like
Whoa.
it's all girls, right?
You have an army?
Yeah, it's like an army.
Yeah.
And like, so when I see them, that's what they yell, right? And they'll yell like, "Oh, dip," you know, like scream it, and I'm just like, "Did you guys even watch the show yet?" And it's funny because like, you know, like they followed me on Instagram, and so I followed them back, and then like now I see like when they post stuff, I'm just like, oh man, like I don't know if I should be. This is like, you guys are growing up. Like,
mute.
Yeah, right. I need to like not know this, because then if I see something, I got to tell your parents, and I don't want to be like, I don't want to be that guy.
I'm the shittiest uncle. Where like, I'm the guy that's like, hey, you can trust me. Are you drinking beer? Like, no. Come on, man. Like, how was your age? Are you drinking beer? They're like, shit, yeah, like we had beer last night. I'm like, hey, he was drinking beer.
Nice.
He was drinking beer last night.
See, like my older brother, he's 14 years older than me. So his kids are, you know, like they're at that age already. Like my nephew's not quite there yet, but I remember we went to Vegas and he was like so proud. He's like, "Hey, uncle, I got a fake ID." And I was like, what?
Nice.
Okay. I was like, "Did you want to go out?" He's like, "Yeah, let's go out." And I was like, "All right, fine, whatever, you know." And I remember we went to the bar, right? And I was like, "Man, I don't know if your fake ID is gonna work, so you go first, right?" So he went first, and they do the flick test to see how thick the plastic is. When he pulled it out, I was like, oh my god! like it looked like a Pokemon card, you know, like. So I was just like, oh man. And the lady, like, she checked it. It was a female security guard. She checked it. She looked at my nephew, and then she looked at me, and she's like, whatever. Yeah, like she just waved them.
She's
in.
like, I'm not trying to do this tonight.
Yeah. And I was just like, oh my god, where did you get this? You know, like I had to be like, dude, okay, if you're gonna have a fake, at least have one that's passable. You're gonna get caught with this, you know, like. I'm at that stage where I'm at the uncle stage where it's like, all right, well, you're gonna screw around, so I gotta show you.
You gotta teach him how to be bad.
Yeah, like I gotta show you how to not get like screwed over.
Right.
What if he got in and then you got stopped for you?
Yeah.
That would have been hilarious. I'd be like, all right, well, you pay for your own drinks.
Yeah. The look. I think that like younger dudes would try and look like you two in order to fool like a cash register, right?
Right.
Like, just grow out the facial hair and wave to a thing. Speaking of, we talked about you on a previous episode. I think I tagged you on a clip.
Yeah.
But did you see how the guy looks?
Yeah. When I saw it, I was just like, oh, these guys. I can't even be mad because it's accurate.
Yeah, because he looks like you. Yeah, and like. He both married Americans, so it like fits. You know? Like it's chill.
I'm just him reincarnated.
Dude, wild. Oh man, if you don't know what we're talking about, go check out Benny Chavez on the internet and look at this guy's face. They're the same. Do you get, other than that guy, because no one knows who that guy is, do you guys get doppelgangered a lot by like other celebrity?
Just like in general?
Yeah.
I always I own up the Dollar General Jason Momoa.
Okay, all right.
Especially when I had longer hair.
Yeah.
Like,
I went to Santa Monica Pier and people were following me because they're like, "Oh, that's Steve Aoki."
How long
Yeah,
was
when
your
you-
hair?
My hair was
Yeah,
long.
yeah,
Like it was
longer
when
hair.
it was
Okay,
long.
okay.
Like I recently cut my hair like just over summer because it just got too crazy hot.
Right.
But yeah, like
Did
I was
you have
walking.
the mustache lower too? Like
I
kind of
had-
has handlebars. Right?
Yeah, at one point I had the Hulk Hogan. My
Nice.
wife hated it so much. I was like, "Hey babe, I gotta
Are
grow
you
it
a
back."
pro wrestling guy?
When I was younger, like when it barely turned to WWE, like that's when I stopped. But like I grew up with like Monday Night Raw on USA Network and
So
stuff.
attitude.
Yeah,
Attitude.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
I was an attitude era kid. What are your thoughts on Batista?
Oh, dude, I respect the crap out of him,
Yeah.
man. I don't think a lot of people realize how committed to actually acting he is. Like
Yeah.
his process and the way that he approaches it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very professional way.
Yeah.
That I respect. And like he's a big guy, but he does things that are not normally.
Congruent.
Yeah. It's not like he's not afraid to go outside the box and look different and be different. You know?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Like I know we like talk about him a lot because of his belly button tattoo, but like really though, respect to Batista because like every chance he gets, he like reps that he's Filipino.
yeah.
Like more than he reps being Greek.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I just saw his video where he talks about it. Who he was
His
talking about his
tattoos.
tattoos.
Yeah, but he didn't show his belly button tattoo in that one. He showed this one and then like
Yeah, his chest.
his elbow or something,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
He has like the flags, the sun on his elbow.
He has the sun here.
Do you think tattoo artists are tired of that fucking sun and star shit?
Nah, man.
No, I'm sure they sleep easy being able to pay rent. I'm sure they're glad that they don't have to do those like tribal things anymore. Like I feel like tribal tattoos,
like
are,
the band, just like
yeah, like the shoulder,
Like the
fake
whole
tribal,
piece.
like
yeah.
the rock.
Yeah. Or, like,
Well,
the
but
bad
that's
version
more
of it.
cultural. Like
Right.
that's like true to culture, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
but
yeah.
like like the non.
Like you grew up in Hayward
Polynesian.
and you like
Right.
you grew up in Hayward and you want like a calf piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, should I get one? And then people would be like, what tribe are you from? I'd be like,
Eagle Rock.
Eagle Rock.
That's as tribal as you can sound, though.
Right.
You say Eagle Rock? No, Eagle Rock.
I'm from the Eagle Rock region.
So bundok sa Eagle Rock.
Sa bundok.
Look, right next to the Chowking Shopping
Yeah.
Center.
Manila, was it Manila Vista? Not Manila Vista. Little Manila. It was
Little
like the
Manila.
official name of Eagle Rock.
Is it really?
Or I think it was official. It was like voted. There's like I saw a sign by the Eagle Rock Plaza.
Yeah.
You know that archway in Filipino town?
Yeah.
How are motherfuckers getting photos in front without getting hit by cars, bro?
Just doing the excuse.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Excuse.
One moment, please.
Car coming. Car.
Yeah.
Just every 10 seconds. Car.
Yeah. That's like a Wayne's World, dude.
Or the oh.
That's my favorite Filipino noise
Oh.
because there's so much like judgment.
Yeah.
It's basically I was correct.
Yeah.
You disobeyed me, and I'm still correct.
Right.
Oh, like that.
Right.
That hard. Like.
Yeah.
What other sounds do we make as a people?
Ala.
Allah.
Aray.
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 Do you when you get hurt? Do you get hurt in English or Tagalog?
Depends who hurt me.
Yeah, it depends.
No, like you start. It's like a relative hit you with it.
Ay, sakit.
It's English, but it has a Tagalog accent.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ow.
Outs.
Outs.
OWTS. Outs.
The SCH. Outs.
Outs.
Outs. Ang sakit.
Oh my god. Yo, just like when you were younger, were you scared of becoming that Tito? Like, what's the Tito shit that you do?
Oh well, like like the Tito stuff is like at a family party, I will be drinking and gambling in the corner.
There you go.
You
Yeah.
know, like I'll be playing mahjong or freaking tong-its or
There
something.
you
go.
You know, like
Oh, we were talking about this. Are you the Tito that like when there's the spread?
yeah.
Are you the guy that like Where he's like,
And then he'll pick.
he'll just grab like one fish ball from the pancit and
He'll
like
sneak.
take it down.
Or he'll like lift up the plastic, take something, and put it back.
Put it back. Exactly how it was.
Just testing.
Yeah.
And then like lick the fingers, just each individual one.
Yeah.
No, I don't think I am.
You go full plate.
Yeah.
Like you're off the jump. You're like.
I'll be like, you go ahead, I'll get mine.
Are you
Or you're also the no look handshake Tito. You know what I'm talking about? Kumusta? Kumusta?
No, you know what kind of Tito I wish I was though? I wish I was the Tito that would just hand out 20s.
Dude.
Just a wad of 20s and be like, oh here, Merry Christmas. You're not even my kid. Here,
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude.
Whose kid are you? I don't care.
Here, 20.
That's those what is it? Nursing home owner.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
yeah.
the private
Titos.
business.
For me, that's like ninong.
Yeah.
Like more than a Tito, a ninong.
Dude, okay. How important is Ninong selection for your kid's future? What if that was it? What if that was the secret to getting ahead? You got to pick the right Ninongs and Ninongs.
I don't know, cause like I'm a godfather to some of my friends' kids, and it all it is just like whenever something comes around, like I just hook them up fat, like
Same.
like, all right, you chose me, like mine has to be a little better than the norm, you know, like
I think mine is I'll do like a Ninong day, like an unexpected, like I'm like, yo, what are you doing after school? I'll clear it with their parents because I'll be like,
I'm gonna kidnap.
no, but I'll make it seem like it's a surprise. Like I haven't been planning it all week.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, all right, Ninong day, I'll show up. Like, get your shit, let's go. But it would be like, so one of my god kids, they're like reading.
Yeah.
So I took them to the fucking
The library.
the Barnes and Noble in Huntington Beach, the like 3 level one.
Oh.
And he just walked in like it was fucking like Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Just like,
That's cool.
and I'm like, go get what you want. And he had like 2 books, right? He's like, oh, can I get these? I'm like, yeah. How big's the series? And you know, kids' books are like $10 a price.
Yeah.
I'm like, get the whole series, dog. We balling out.
Yeah.
But and it's like not that much of a sacrifice for me.
Yeah.
But like to him, this is
It's
like,
a memory.
oh
Yeah,
shit,
yeah.
you know.
Right.
See, it sucks because like right now, like all my god kids are like, they're at the age where like I can get them stuff, but they're not gonna remember or appreciate it as much.
Oh yeah, you wanna get those in the records.
Yeah. So it's like I kind of like it at the beginning. I was all gung ho. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get him this, and then I was just like, oh yeah, you're a little kid. You don't understand.
You won't
And
remember any of this.
It's like, damn, like you don't even realize how dope this gift is I got you, man.
Right.
So, but no, like, like godparents. I think for Filipinos, it's a little crazier because like you have so many, you can have the potential to have so many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many god kids do you have?
I have 3.
Dang. Who are you?
And but then like each of those kids has like six like 3 sets each, like I'm not the only godparent.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not like traditional. It's like, hey, if something happened to you,
It's the one.
that's me that's gonna. It's like, no, it's like, dude, if something happens to your parents, you're going to one of their families, you know, like it's
Right.
it's not gonna come down to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I technically have one, but it was like when I was going to a Filipino church, and like usually the parents made all the like kids around the same age the godparents, so there was like a gang of us who were his like godparents, but like,
Damn.
I haven't seen him in like years. But like I have a gang of like godparents too.
Yeah.
I don't have any. Like all of mine are just either in the Philippines or like they I've never heard from them,
Yeah.
which is wild. And then like I'm an adult. Like when I was a couple years ago, they'd be like, "Oh, this is your Ninong," right? And they're like, "Hello," and I'm like, "What's up?" Like all mad. Like, what the fuck you been at, dog? I'm out here struggling.
Give me
Sure.
back pay.
Show him a bill. It's like
Yeah.
this is 18 years worth.
You about
of,
to pay up today, homie?
gifts.
No, but like for me, like my godparents, like I think I only have 2 surviving godparents. I have 2 godmothers.
Mm.
Like all the rest of like everybody else, like they either moved or passed away. But like one of my friends, like one of my best friends, like who's like I'm his kid's godfather. He put it this way: it's not about like it's not necessarily about like, you know, money or hooking them up and whatever.
Yeah.
There's something about your life, your influence that they want their kids to have,
Right.
you know, like
Yeah,
exposure
yeah,
to.
yeah.
So
That's true.
that's the big thing.
Yeah.
So like
It's like getting just like some of your good traits passed down to someone who's not
Yeah.
your child.
It's like more of a, not necessarily like more of a responsibility, but just like a just different term of endearment. where
yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah, what you said. I want your good qualities, or you to have like more of a presence in like my children's life.
Because I know like for my friend's kid, like my friend did the typical, you know, like he's a RN, you know, like his entire family and like his wife's family, they're all medical field, right?
Right.
So like I'm one of the few that's like not in that field, you know, like
Right.
in something different. And he's like, I want my kid to grow up around you, so he at least knows like he's gonna go to like some med school, but like at least he knows like there's other stuff out there if he
Yeah.
really needs to, you know,
Yeah,
like
if he wants to like explore.
yeah.
Right.
How did you growing up? Did you get that influence? Like the art influence, other than the fucking like karaoke at party shit. 'Cause
No, not really, man.
Mm.
Like I would say like, you know, like in my family, it was very like the main tenet of my family was like get an education,
Mhm.
like go to college, get a 4-year degree. That was their thing.
Yeah.
It didn't
Right.
matter what it was in, but usually, you know, it was very typical. It was like
Like
nurse,
art
doctor,
history.
lawyer, you know, like can't go in with like yeah, I graduated with a theater degree.
Nice.
But I remember like before that I was biomed. I started as biomed.
Same, dude.
And then I told my mom, I can remember, like, I remember the exact conversation. I told my mom and dad, like, we were on our way to, like, to get some food. And I was like, I'm not going to finish with bio. And they're like, okay, what are you going to do? I was like, I'm going to do theater. I'm going to be an actor. And my mom's reaction was like, you better not.
Dang.
She straight up said, you better not.
Straight up.
It was threatening.
Dang.
Like, what? Did she think it was a joke or like?
I don't know. Like, cause it was, like, I was being dead serious. And she's like, you're not. And I was like, and then, like, we got into it. I was like, Mom, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm going to get, like, because, like, I had to have that that conversation. It's like,
right.
hey, you know, I'm still going to finish with a, you know, like, a degree, just like you guys wanted. But I don't want to do that because, like, for one, like, I thought about, like, how much time it would be after,
Right.
you know, like, because, you know, you got to do your undergrad, then you got to do your med school and your master's and whatnot, and all this
Right.
other stuff. Like, I was like, I don't want to be in school for that long, you know,
Yeah.
like I
Right.
want to do stuff.
Yeah.
Like if I had to go back though, like I wouldn't get a theater degree. I would have probably gotten something like computer science or, you know,
Right.
like something like that, just something I can use. Like I got lucky, like it allowed me to like teach.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I had to rely on the theater degree for a job, I'd be screwed. But you know, like once I got the teaching too, like my parents kind of let up. They're like, all right, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I have a theater degree. No, I'm just kidding.
I have a music degree.
Yeah.
Which is equivalent.
Yeah. Mine is like, I'm not using my shit at all. It's
Yeah.
like a
Magic.
project management, bro.
That's
Dude.
what you do. That was your degree? Project management? Yeah, that's what you do. You manage all of us in our projects.
Yeah, but like,
You're like, oh, we're going to shoot today.
yeah, but
We're going to make a TikTok
it's not
today.
like the fucking money that like that degree holds.
Yeah, we'll get money later.
Okay.
Dude, no, like none of my friends like are in the fields they went to school for.
Yeah.
Right.
For sure.
Like I had one friend who was criminology. He wanted to be a cop, ended up becoming a nurse. One guy was like,
Hold on. Are these like? Is this like the graveyard? They like walk through the graveyard. Of
Oh,
all
shoot.
your friends failed. Like.
it's not failed. Like they're doing stuff now. It's just like they just like all their
Yeah.
like I had one friend. He graduated from UCI. He like it was like urban planning, and then like he couldn't find a job, so he went back to school. Ended up taking like a air traffic controller thing. Couldn't get a job with that. Ended up as an accountant. So I was just like, all right, well, at least you
Dude.
figured it out.
That
Right.
that's so interesting because like, as an artist, do you feel like you're confronted with that decision a lot?
Oh yeah, man.
Because
Like
in that's how old we are on Facebook. There's this magic group,
Yeah.
and it's the Magic Surplus Exchange. It's basically where like you go and you sell your shit,
Yeah.
right? And me and my
Oh,
friends, we always we kind of like clown on it. It's like, oh, what do you want to be when you give up? Because they're selling like
Yeah.
all their shit from all their like tried and true, like their act,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, they're giving up.
Dang.
They're like, oh, I'm
Yeah. In my like with people I went to school with, the cop out is going to real estate.
no.
Like they'll move out of California and then go do real estate in like some random place.
Yeah. See, like the cop out for my group of friends, it was either accounting or nursing.
Hmm.
Shout out to all my cousins who are accountants and nurses. But you knew those people that they were like so gung ho about nursing from the jump.
Yeah, there's some people that know what they want, and that's cool.
And I have a few people from my high school. They're like, it's always gonna be nursing. Like there's no other option.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, cool. Is that a choice you made for like? Either way, like I respect it because that's
Right.
what you're doing.
Dude,
But I hope you weren't influenced that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just know like the biggest knuckleheads, like the guys that got in like trouble with the law.
They're
and stuff.
nurses.
They're nurses, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
That's same thing with one of my uncles.
That's
He's-
why you see all the scrubs with like white thermals.
yeah, because they got
Dude.
sleeves and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my uncle. He's Scottish, but he was like the biggest prankster.
Yeah, yeah.
I think he took nursing because it was like the pay.
Yeah.
He was a
He's
gap.
telling- He used to tell me about all like the pranks that he would do, and like when he was in Scotland. Like one time they convinced like for I think like Halloween, they like did this whole thing where like one of the aides got like a ceiling tile fell on him and they put him like all strapped in and he was like out just to like scare the supervisor. So like when the supervisor checked him on, like scared him. And
It's
just,
messed up.
yeah. Like stories like and shenanigans like that.
Yeah, no, but like, and also like a lot of like one of the reasons I didn't want to go into nursing is because like since I had so many friends and family that went into it, like I could see like, you know, like they were doing it for the paycheck.
The check,
like,
right.
yeah.
They would that's what they're doing for, and like a lot of them
They
were,
save up for a month and they take a trip and then they're back to work.
Yeah,
And then they
it-
complain and then they
and then
take
it was
a trip.
unfulfilling. Dude, like a lot of the male nurses I know, like they blew a lot of their money on drugs, man. Like
Oh, yeah.
it was crazy.
Dang.
Because they just had all this money. They didn't have any girlfriends or anything. And they're like, what do I do with it? And I'm
Cars.
like,
It's either cars or drugs.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, you, like for one, you're a nurse. You know that like what you're doing is gonna mess you up. Like what
Right.
the hell? Like, so like, what's the, where's the disconnect?
Yeah.
It tripped me out. You know?
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's that I think that's one of like my biggest fears because I did live part of my life at like a day job in the kind of medical field.
Yeah.
And dude, every day I was just like, fuck, I'm like, oh, I don't want to feel like this anymore. Like,
Right.
just like waking up and you're getting paid, but you're still like unhappy as fuck.
Yeah.
I never want to feel that shit.
No, because like you like for one, it's like you're on a schedule and it's not gonna change much. You know, like
Right.
Mm.
that's why like I give props to like a lot of the people like the straight out of high school. They're like, I'm gonna be a nurse, and then they're a nurse up until they retire. I'm like, all right, you did it. You know, like
You won your game.
Yeah.
yeah, like good job. You know, like
Congratulations.
Yeah.
but that, like I don't know if I could like I've never been the type to like keep up with that type of monotony. You know, like
Right.
It's too
Monotonous.
dang. That's a good word. It's a SAT word.
monotonous,
It's an expensive word.
mountainous.
Coming to the stage.
There it
ladies and
is.
gentlemen.
I was waiting.
Manang Mountainous.
Dang, Manang Mountainous?
we have this thing where it's like a strip club, but make it Filipino.
Oh, so what are the strippers'
It's
names?
just like whatever you can. Coming to the stage, Whitney Houston.
Yeah.
Lea Salonganisa.
There you go.
Yeah.
Coming to the stage, Short Ganisa.
Dude, there has to be a Leia Longanisa in some drag show.
No, there
Filipino
is
drag.
like
Yeah, is there?
there.
Is there?
Well, I know on Twitter, so someone actually has that name and they followed me.
Nice.
Nice.
Shout out to them.
I have a drag queen friend. Their name is Ayana Shah. So shout out to Ayana Shah. That's such a. I think our culture is so tolerant about very specific things, but they're intolerant about very specific things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right? Like even just the being late. Like if you're late, it's cool, but if you be late to the airport, you're gonna miss all your flights.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? What are your experiences in like that hypocrisy? Oh, SAT word, hypocrisy.
Like what things are like?
Like things that like they really shouldn't be that strict about, and then things that they should be more strict about.
Oh well, one thing I like for me it's weed. Like I smoke weed, but like most of my family knows I smoke, but I will never tell my mom.
Yeah,
Like, but it's funny because like she knows about it, and then like
you just don't want to get caught in the act.
yeah,
It's such a weird like
They got lines across.
yeah, like an imagery of oh now it's solid. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or it's like the don't ask, don't tell. Just
Yeah,
like,
it's like- it's
I
like
know,
one
I
of
know,
those.
but I don't want to see.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
that's a big thing. Like what else? Like I don't know. Like also like, you know, like I grew up Catholic, but there was a lot of stuff like, you know, like a lot of people claim to be like good Catholics, but then like when it comes down to it, it's like they do exactly what, you know, like they're not supposed to be
Yeah.
doing. So it's like you're just, you know, like you're just, you know, trying to come off from your high horse so you feel better about
Yeah,
yourself.
like you go to church every Sunday, but you still have a second family.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We keep using that analogy, but it's fucked up. Towards it, don't have a second family.
Yeah. Shout out to the second families.
Yeah. Sorry.
Dude,
We
I had-
apologize for
I had
you.
friends that found out they, you know, they had
It's
second.
always only a
crazy.
matter of time.
Yeah.
dude.
And it's always like it's one here, one in the Philippines.
Not always.
Not
Well, for you.
Yeah.
For, like, the ones that we've talked about, it's like
Mm.
same city
Oh,
or like
what?
neighboring cities or like
Dude,
crazy stuff.
I've heard stories of like couples would come here, and like one of them, I'm not saying who, is the villain. It's usually the guy, but they would bring their wife here,
Yeah.
divorce them, and fly back alone
Oh. So just
because it's illegal to get divorced in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So they would fly here, get divorced, and just like leave, which is fucked up. Don't do that.
yeah.
And that's another thing. Divorce. Divorce is not like, you know, sometimes it just doesn't work.
Right.
Like
Yeah, I think so. Correct me if I'm wrong, but in my experience, Titos don't really deal in absolutes.
Because it's deal in absolutes.
Yeah. Right? They're not like, oh, she's stupid. It's like, oh, she's kind of stupid.
it's just
Right? It's always I'll cover my back. Right?
yeah.
But it's kind of the same way with, I don't know, like ideals and like just talking, where it's hard for them to like take a stance because they don't want to seem too aggressive or too I don't know, they just don't want to get in trouble, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Are
too
you
like combative or too contrarian.
right? Which is But then growing up in America, usually you're taught in absolutes,
Right.
at least in the early days.
Yeah.
Right, where you're like, it's black, it's white, right?
Yeah.
It's 2 + 2 = 4. I was gonna say wrong answer. Just I wasn't thinking.
22.
22. Yeah, no, but it's crazy. Were you born here?
Yeah.
So it's crazy balancing the kind of duality of both cultures, right?
Mhm.
Where at home there's this air of uncertainty, but then at school you're taught in absolutes,
hmm
right? And just having to navigate that is crazy.
Yeah, like I can see that. Like
And that's why a lot of dudes that I have experienced that grew up here, when they'll make a joke, they'll automatically go, "Just kidding." Have you noticed that? There's
Yeah.
like a bunch of
Yeah, there's like
there's
a
like
generation.
a whole generation
yeah.
of like, and they're not entertainers or anything,
yeah.
and it's not even an offensive joke.
Yeah.
It's
It's
not
too-
even
yeah.
like funny or
I have
offensive.
some friends who still do that. I'm just like, bro.
Yeah, and I'm like,
just say the joke. You
yeah,
don't have to say
make
just
your
kidding.
stand,
Yeah.
right? Where they're like, the dry bear, just kidding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you afraid of? It's such a PG
Yeah, yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
They just, you know, like they just don't have that. Like I think like in cases like that, it's the environment they grew up in where it wasn't like, like that stuff wasn't nurtured. Like, that's why they're trying it out. Like they just want to, like they
Trying to
say
be
something.
It's open mic night
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah, it's like, oh, no, just kidding.
Yeah.
Dude. That whenever I catch it, I feel bad.
Yeah. It's
Like a
it's
piece of
pity,
me
it's like
dies.
aw. Yeah.
Because that's who I don't want to be.
Yeah.
And I feel worse when I do it myself. Cuz like
Right.
I'm not perfect. I'll slip up every like
Yeah.
once in a while where like, yo, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't I just let it live?
Yeah. I'm like, it's like, the no pun intended. Like, intend your puns.
Yeah,
Have
yeah.
conviction.
Yeah. Like
Don't be a coward.
I don't mean to be offensive, but
Just say your offensive thing and go.
yeah, just like, hey man, those pants.
Don't mean to be rude, but you're gonna be rude.
Yeah, for real. That's like the only reason you would talk to me is
Right.
to like
Yeah.
be rude. Like sometimes I don't share information with like aunties
Right.
because I know no good will come from it.
The chismis
yeah.
will fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like judgment,
Right.
right? Where it'll be like, hey, I just got this job, and they're like, well, that's good for now.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it doesn't give you any more, it doesn't take away from your happiness to be happy for me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Like it's not a finite amount of fucking happiness.
Right.
Just like be happy for your family and friends.
Yeah. Or like like when you say you do something and someone's like, oh, I could never do that, or it's like immediately putting themselves in that position.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I'm a full-time musician. Oh, I could never be a full-time musician. That's like
Yeah.
a freelancer. I'm like, first of all, I wasn't asking you to be one.
Right.
It's like
That's
all,
actually
it's
the
like,
opposite because
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
competition now.
Yeah. It's like, or it's like, oh, I can never do that. Okay, good. So yeah, I don't have any more
I'm like,
competition.
no, you can't. I'm good at what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just wrapping up the final evolution of Tito, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're talking like alpha level Super Saiyan Tito.
Right. Let's do Tito outfit draft.
Tito what?
Outfit draft.
Outfit draft? Okay. Go ahead.
I'll go first. Vest.
Three
items.
3 item
A
draft.
vest.
Go ahead. Vest. Nice.
Like a sweat, not necessarily like a sweater vest, but
Uh-huh.
like any kind of vest.
Okay.
I feel like that's extra Tito.
That's extra Tito.
Like a polo sport with the big polo vest.
Okay, that's yours. You got one?
I think you have to have like the aviator sunglasses, like the really big
I
ones.
was gonna go eyewear. Fuck.
You gotta have
Yeah.
those.
I'm gonna go. Let's start off. I'm gonna start off with khaki pants.
Short pants, long pants.
Sure, they're like long enough. They
Capris.
cover your.
Capris.
They're up to your
Capris, yeah.
ankle. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
They're
High,
up to your
high
ankle.
waters.
High waters. But the reason they're up to your ankle is because the belt is at your belly button.
Yeah.
That guy.
Nice. Then I'm gonna go with like loafers / boat shoes, no socks.
All right. I will add an accessory. A glass of Black Label.
There you go.
Johnny Walker Black.
Johnny-
Dude,
I'm gonna go. Mine is gonna be
Johnny Walker Blue.
the cigarette in the side of your mouth, but never comes out. Like he'll
hang,
talk
hang?
and he'll like,
yeah,
oh.
yeah. Do we do? Oh, the third one. I'll do pocket full of change. Just so many
That's
questions.
good. Pocket full of change and like one straw wrapper. Like there's always other random
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
You want the
Sis Candy?
You want the Werther's?
Yeah.
yeah. Brett Min,
Yeah.
Andes.
All right, last pick.
I've been seeing it a lot lately on a lot lately on the Titos. They have like a lot of them now have. It's not a fanny pack, but it's like
Oh, the side bag.
It's like it's
Yeah.
the
Oh.
man bag.
Yeah.
A lot of them have.
And
that.
it's always like Green Hills edition, Coach,
Polo sport. Yeah,
or
something.
Polo Sport. It's what they got when they bought their cologne.
dude. Yeah.
All right,
The free gift.
my
Yeah.
last pick is like fucking like scoliosis, man. Like they're like a hump in the like bad posture. like turtle ass posture.
Oh yeah,
And then there's
full belly out.
Full belly out, like just.
Yeah.
like a shrimp.
Yeah.
God damn it.
And
All
then
right.
after a full plate, it's just always.
Yeah.
It's just the rub.
It's the rub
Yeah.
with the like one button. That's
Oh
like,
yeah.
putok.
Yeah.
You see their like wife beater.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
and then
think-
like,
yeah, and then the thank you Lord.
thank you, Lord.
Thank you
Or
Lord.
like, so there's one button that's loose. They'll put this finger.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you'll see.
It's rough. Easy access.
Dang, what a rough future we have.
Dude. These are the
God damn.
moves.
And if it's not that, it's like your kid dressed you. And it's like all their old shit. Like a Slipknot.
dude.
Like a Slipknot
Dude,
t-shirt.
That's true.
And then like,
Yeah, one of my
like an old Supreme hoodie.
yeah, one of my titos, he would wear my old and one sneakers,
There you go.
like already, like the heel already drag and everything. It's like, what the heck? I thought I threw this away.
Or it's like old Quicksilver shit from the 90s.
Dude.
Billabong.
Billabong. Was it Aeropostale?
Dude.
Fubu.
Fubu. Dang. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this week's pandesoul podcast. Check out previous episodes and this current one on Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and those and Apple Music. The Peach Mango podcast.
Peach Mango podcast.
We gotta really re-record that fucking thing.
The intro.
The Gap podcast.
Gangster and prankster.
Guapo and Pogi. Pen Pineapple Pandesol podcast.
PPAPP.
PAPPPDSP. Yo, we will see you next time. And as always,
Don't forget your baon.
peace.
O sige na, Pandeez.
Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of Pandesoul.
And check out previous episodes on Spotify and YouTube.
Thanks for laughing, and join us next week because there's enough Pandesoul to go around.
And don't forget your baon!